everyone, how are you today? Welcome to Grafted Technology. In this video, I will be showing you how to translate in Word document. If today is your first time coming across this channel, you're welcome, and please click the like button and subscribe to this video. And for all those who have been coming around and haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to this channel for more tech tips and tutorials. So let's get into the video. You no longer need to copy your text to an application to help you translate when you are working in Microsoft Word. You can do that right here. You can do your translation right in the Microsoft Word app like this. Right. The translation in Microsoft Word does a good job by getting the exact word. I'm going to show you how this works. Hover your mouse and go to the menus tab. You will find the review button over here. So here is the review button. Click on the review button and it will present you with several commands here. Now look for where you have the language group. The language group, I will show you. Okay, the language group. Good. Now the next thing you need to click is this button called Translate. Click the more arrow and you will find two buttons there. The first one is Translate Selection. I'm going to explain the two buttons so you understand how it really works. So the first one says Translate Selection. I'll click on that. So over here by my right hand side, you would notice that it's loading and this is done online. So once you finish loading, you will see by the box here, this section says two buttons again. One is selection. It says from auto detect. So we're going to leave it at auto detect. But the more arrow here, you can choose any language that your document is, the content of your document. If it's in Afrikaans, you can choose Afrikaans. But the best thing I like to do is to leave it at auto detect. So now I'll go ahead and select this whole section. Why I select it, you will notice that the part that I selected over here is being shown in the box here. Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point. All right, so the selection is what I see in the box here, and over here you would see it immediately translates to French. All right, that if you want to translate your work into French. Right, once you make the selection in the box, the part that is selected is what is translated into French. Now let's say I want to make that English word translation into something else, maybe Filipino. I'll click on the Filipino and it will convert exactly the words in English into Filipino. So what I now need to do is select that Filipino language or the Dutch language, back to Dutch. Okay, that's it in Dutch language. Now I can then copy, select, right click and click on the copy. Once the document is copied, I can use the Ctrl V and have it pasted. You will see the translate information here is being pasted in my document, or I can click on the insert. You can see over here the right hand section. If I click on the insert, it does the same pasting for me. Now that is how you can translate a particular section of your document into a language that you want. Another way you can do that is to translate the entire document. So I'll just delete this translation that I did over there. All right, now back to my review button, the language group. This time I want to translate the content of this document. So I'll go to this part. Now I'm clicking, or I want to choose the second button, which is translate document. So I'll click on that. It's still by the right hand side, still going to bring out the same section just for you to have an idea of what it does. The same thing that I want, document. Here, you remember here where I have the selection button and the document button, I can do that. So this time I want to translate the entire document. Now it doesn't give me that box. Remember, because I'm not making a selection, I want to translate the entire document. So now I love it to be at auto dictate. That way, whatever language that I have here, it's going to dictate it and translate it to the one that I want. So here I'll leave it as French. However, you can click the down arrow and choose what language you want. So I will leave it at French. Then always translate to this language. This box, this only tells you that if, for instance, you're a student and you always make a translation to a particular language, maybe you write in French and you want to translate to English, then you can put a check or a tick on this box so that you don't need to always, look for that particular language that you want to translate to. So here I'm going to leave it at French and just click on translate. Once it finished translating, it brings out a new document with the translated word, as you can see here. And here is the translated word. I'm just going to zoom it a little bit so you would see how it looks like. And over here was the original document that was translated. All right, so please let me know if you were able to successfully translate a document. Drop your comment in the comment section. Do you know you can transform your Word document into a Sway web page? What lets you easily transform your document into an interactive and easy to share Sway web page that looks great on any device. This feature is available only to Microsoft 365 subscribers for Windows desktop clients. Alright, so if you have previous versions of Microsoft Word, you might not have this functionality in it. So I'm going to take you straight to the home, the File tab, and scroll right down. You'll find this button called Transform. Click on the Transform button, and by the right hand side, it's loading to a web page. For you to be able to do this, you also need to have an internet subscription. So by the right hand side, you would see that it has opened to a web page version. So right here, the styles, you can scroll down and choose the style that best suits your preference. All right, so I'm going to choose something that looks nice to me, or just for the illustration purpose, I'll choose the first one. Once you click on the first one, click on Transform. This section simply tells you that your document will be transformed into Microsoft Sway web page using your personal account. So what I need to do now is just click on the Transform button, and while I wait, it's going to simply transform into a web page, but it's going to do that transform in the Internet Explorer. So it's loading. You can see here Microsoft Sway. So I'm going to put a link up here on how you can build a web page using the Microsoft Sway. All right, so this is your web page. You can see the document, the writing that was there initially. All right, so this is how to transform. Here is the title. You can remove this by going to the edit section. Click on the edit, take off that part. I'm just going to do that a little bit. Copy this and put it this section, edit. I'm going back to that section where I can edit and put the title. Here, that's what I want to be there, and it's saved automatically, so I can play so you would see how that looks. Alright, so this is where your title goes in, all about video, and this is the content. So a link, watch out for the link if you want to learn how to create a web page using the Microsoft Sway. Please click on the link that appears right here. To fill your document with random text, what you need to do is simply create a formula that I will show you right now. So this formula here allows you to enter random text. So the next thing I want to do is I want my random text to come in 2 paragraphs, comma, and I want the two paragraphs to have 3 lines, or three lines. So once I have my formula, I'll press the enter key. Alright, to reduce this so you can see clearly, you will see I have 2 paragraphs, my random test 1, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, and they do have 3 lines. So I'm just going to select all of that and justify this. Now you can easily see that the first paragraph has line 1, line 2, and the third line. So that's what the formula there is. 2 paragraphs with 3 lines. So if I erase all this and enter again, maybe I want 3 paragraphs. Now this is my formula to put a paragraph in, just in case you didn't see that formula initially. So here I can create 4 paragraphs, comma, and I want my 4th paragraph to come in 2 lines. So here I can then press my enter key and then reduce this so you can see my paragraphs nicely. Right, so here you would also notice that I do have 4 paragraphs. This paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and paragraph 4 with 2 lines. So that's how to create random text with different paragraph numbers and lines that you want, especially if you're trying to make illustration that I always do. You see me always have random text making illustrations. So this is how I create my random text for my online illustrations. You can embed Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, or Access into Microsoft Word application. So over here, you would see that I do have a Microsoft PowerPoint application here. So I will right click and click on the copy. Now I will go to my Microsoft Word application and paste it here. Over here, I can paste it at that point or at the last paragraph. I will now go ahead and say Ctrl V, or I click the right button. I like to use the Ctrl V. That is my PowerPoint application. So when I send this document to someone, the person will easily have access to my document. Now that person doesn't need to, I do not need to send 2 documents to the person by email. I can embed the document in a Word application like I just showed you. The person will have access to this document. Once the person receives it, they can double click and this is what the person would see. Now the person will see it in a slideshow format. Now if you look down here, you would notice, not everybody knows this one, it's something I just realized. You will notice there are control panels here down below here. So from the first one, you can move your slide from one point to the other. All right, left hand side, you can move your PowerPoint, and this button lets you to go forward. And if you look at this section, this middle one, I will show you what it does here. When I click on that button, it tells me that I can my laser pointer. So I click on the laser pointer, so this is what I get, laser pointer. If you're making a presentation, that is really good too, a cool tool to use. So I'll go back to that section. Now this is a pen. I can write on my PowerPoint presentation. If I go back still on that part, I'll get the highlighter. All right, so I can highlight and make an emphasis on a particular section. Over here, I also, clicking on that, I have eraser. I can then erase everything I have put up here. All right, so right on the next button there, I'm sure you can see on the next button here, I do have another button which takes me to my slide sorter view. So from the slide sorter view, I can see exactly each slide window and what it's talking about. So these are just my thumbnails that I created in PowerPoint. All right, so I can just go ahead and double click on any slide that I want and go back to that. To use Smart Lookup, let's say you're working in a document or you're using your thesis, working on your thesis, and you come across a particular word you do not know the meaning. So what the smart lookup does is you just need to select a particular word, the word you want to look up for. Let's say this one, I want to select the provide. So once you select, right click on that selected word, you will find the smart lookup. Click on the smart lookup. By the right hand side, you will notice that it's loading. So it gives you an idea or definition of what the word provides means. All right, it gives you both the synonyms, the antonyms of the word. It gives you a definition, like the provide here says make available for use, supply, and it goes further to give you the meaning or the meaning and the antonyms, which is the synonyms of that particular word. So you don't need to copy that word and go to Google to search for the meanings of your words. You can just use Smart Lookup to check for meanings of words in your Word document. To use Format Painter to copy a format, I will quickly just work on this word, make it red, add a red, make it bold, and increase the increase the size. And here I'm going to add a double underline. I just need to select the word I want to copy the format. Now hover my mouse to where I have Home tab. Here is the clipboard group. The clipboard group, this icon here is called the Format Painter icon. So that's what I will be clicking on. So I will click on the Format Painter. It's copied already. So what I now need, you can see that sign, the brush sign. So what I now need to do is locate the word, this word that is called video. Click on it. It will take that. You can see what happened. All right. So if I want to copy the same format, I can also select it, go back to the Format Painter icon, look for another word that has video, click on it. So that's what Format Painter does. You can insert a hyperlink into a word in your Word document. I'm sure you have seen several Word documents that you read and you find that there's a hyperlink on it taking you, meaning that you can click on that document and it will take you to a website or a document. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's say I want to put a hyperlink in this document called, in the word called document. All right. So what I need to do is select the word and press Ctrl K. So once I do that, Ctrl K, you see the dialog box, insert hyperlink. So link to existing file or web page. The next button here is place in this document, create a new document, email address. So it all depends on what you actually want to do. So I want to, for this example, I want to create a hyperlink with a document in my folder. So current folder, look in documents in my computer. So I'll just scroll a little bit and click on this file called practicing. All right, so I'll click the OK. So when you look here, you notice that there's a hyperlink in this document. There's a hyperlink in this document, so I can easily click on it and it will take me straight to a website or to the document I had embedded into that document. To scroll zoom, you need a mouse that has a scroll wheel. So once you do have that, press the Control key on your keyboard and zoom out. All right. So this is easy, especially when you're creating a video and you can easily zoom out for your audience to see what you're talking about, instead of going through the zoom level in the taskbar to scroll to click on the zoom level. You can just hold down the Control key and also zoom in. To select a word, instead of selecting the usual way, Alright, click, hold, and drag through that particular word. You can do that by double clicking on that word to select it. Now to select a paragraph, you can click 3 times on the paragraph. Like this first paragraph, I want to select it. I can click 3 times and then the paragraph is selected. Another way you can select a line, not just clicking and dragging through, you can do that by moving your mouse to the margin, click and you select a line. So I can click and select that particular line. If I want to select more text in this document, I will hold down my control key, click by the margins, that section is selected. While my control key is pressed down, I can select any section that I want to select. All right. To create the copyright, trademark, and register icons, what you need to do first, for the copyright, open a bracket, type in C, close the bracket. You can see there that is the copyright icon. The next one is register, open bracket, type in the R, close the bracket. So that is the register icon. Now to type in the trademark, open bracket, type in TM, close the bracket. That is the copyright, register, and trademark icons. I hope you can see that clearly now. Adding numbers to your table in MS Word sometimes is difficult or tedious because MS Word tables doesn't have that autofill icon that you will find in Excel that you can easily drag through and fill in your serial numbers. Now to do that, there's an easy way you can do that. What you need to do, okay, is to select the section or the column that you want to add serial number to. Hover your mouse to where you have the home tab, scroll to the paragraph group, and you'll find the numbering system. Now the numbering, what you now need to do is just to choose the number system or the number alignment that best suits you. So for this illustration, I'm going to choose this particular one. You can see automatically it is numbered. So if I click on select and add a row below it, insert rows below, it automatically adds a numbers alignment to it. You can capture or insert any application screen image. What you need to do is go to the Insert tab. By the illustrations group, you will find the screenshot. Here, click the down arrow and you will find the images. Now the images, the windows need to be open and not minimized, else they won't show up in the list. So these two windows are what is open up in my taskbar. So what I need to do is click on any of this image and I'll have the screenshot paste on this document. So you can see another option to get a capture is go to the Insert tab, still on the same point illustrations group, click on the screenshot, and this time it's called screen clipping. Now the screen clipping allows you to select an image of anything on your screen and paste it on your document. So I'll click on the screen clipping and this is what I need to select. This is what I have on my page now, so I can select any section and it's automatically pastes on the document I'm working on. To make your text speak to you or read out loud to you, you can easily configure that in Microsoft Word. So to do that, simply hover your mouse to where you have the File tab. Now scroll down, you'll find Options. Once this dialog box comes out, click on the Access Toolbar button. Go over here and choose All Commands. Alright, now scroll through and find the command speak. Click on the speak and add to this other box here. Once added, click OK. And when you look up here by the title bar, you will find that icon there. So what I now need to do is select what I want my document to, what I want to read out. Select it and click on that icon, speak selected text.
Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point.
Microsoft Word has a calculator embedded in it. To set it up, go to the File tab, select the options, click the Quick Access toolbar by the left pane, go to the Choose Commands From, click and choose All Commands. It's not showing. Alright, All Commands. Scroll through and find the C section and then choose the Calculate. So the C section here is the calculate. Select the calculate, click on the add button. You'll see the calculate there and click on the OK. So here, this is what I want to calculate, 30 plus 35. I'll select that. Alright, now go to the quick access toolbar. You see that icon there. This icon is what you're going to click, which is the calculate button. So I'll click on that. Look by the taskbar, you will see that what is written there is the result of the calculation. It goes out immediately. So I'm going to do that. It's selected. I'll click again. The result of the calculation is 35. Okay, so that's it. And that brings me to the end of this video. Please take a look at the other videos on advanced Microsoft Word and intermediate Microsoft Word videos. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you should click the like button, comment and subscribe. I really do appreciate your support.